today in this session we will be navigating the system practically. Okay, so firstly, when you install this SAP software into your system, so this would be the icon, okay, that would be visible in your system with the name SAP logo on. Okay, firstly, let open it. Okay, so once you click on that, you will be able to see this screen. Okay, so this particular line has come because I have done some setting or I have given some credentials. Okay, so if you like install the software, you will have to get the server access. So there are number of the service providers you can get from them. Okay, so how we have to like set up this? If you are having the credentials from the service provider, so there is an icon with the name new. Okay, so if you click on that, you will be able to see these three options: connections, shortcut, favorite. So you will have to click on the connection part. Okay, so this will land you up on the screen once you click on the next. So these are the things which would be provided by the service provider. So you have to give the description you want to keep, then the application server, and the instance ID and system ID. So all these things would be provided by the service provider or the access provider who is giving you the access of the system. Once you click on the finish, okay, so this line would appear. Okay, so once you are having this particular line and once you click on it, okay, so this would be the page that will open up. So first part, as we have already seen our theoretical session, that first part would be the client. Okay, this is the three-digit number which holds like all the data of your system, and then you will be having the user ID which would be provided by the server provider itself. Okay, so this is the user ID, and then this would be the SAP password which you will have to enter, and then English, mostly by default we use it. Okay, so once you give all for these fields, you have to just click enter. Once you click on the enter, this screen will opens up. Okay, so we will navigate one by one. Okay, so once you open this screen, the SAP Easy Access screen opens up, as you can see, and this particular screen is divided into four part. Okay, the top part, including these icons, is known as the menu bar. Okay, and then we are having this second part, including these icons. Okay, and these elements. This is known as the standard toolbar, and this part we call it as a application toolbar. Okay, and then we are having at the last this below part, having these details, it's known as the status bar. Okay, so firstly we will be seeing this menu bar at the top. Okay, so in the menu bar in the left top you are having this icon, okay, of SAP, but in the uh, newly produced version of the SAP like 2023 and the 2025, you will be seeing here the three lines, okay, at place of this icon. Okay, so what is the use of this icon? If you click here, okay, so you can see these many options. So most important are like these three. So from here what you can do, you can simply close the session. Okay, if you see it is asking unsaved data will be lost, do you want to log off? So once you click on that part, it will ask you that you want to log off. So now we won't be logging off, so that's the use of that particular option. And here if you see new GUI window, so once you click on this window, what will happen, there will be a opening of the new session. Okay, for example, this particular screen is already opened up, the new screen will be opening. Okay, let me click on it. So if you click on it, the new session has been created. If you see, these two sessions are available. Okay, let me close this one. Okay, so we are having only one screen opens up. So now what is the use of this stop transaction? So what happens sometime, for example, you are like opening any report, okay, and that report is running continuously due to the large amount of data without like stopping. Okay, so in that case what happens, your screen gets freezed and you are unable to do any of the operation on that particular screen. So what happens, it won't allow you to like open any new session or click anywhere because the screen gets freezed. So in that case, after coming to this part, either you can open the new GUI session or you can stop the transaction. Once you click on it, the running screen will stop and it will uh, like end that particular operation, that execution of that particular T code or the report. Okay, so these are the important parts of this, and then we are having menu under the menu bar. Okay, so in this menu, if you see, we are having user menu and the SAP menu. So these are the two important options here. So what is user menu? User menu is the like depiction of the roles which are assigned to you. Okay, let me click on it. If you see, so user menu for this is the ID which has been provided to me. Okay, and if you see, these are the roles. Okay, so these are the roles which are assigned to me. So after clicking on that, you can simply see the roles which have been given to me. Okay, so the second option is SAP menu. So if you see, the SAP menu is opened up. So what is the importance of this SAP menu is, uh, so mainly it is used by the end users. Okay, not mostly by the consultant. Consultant also use it just to open any document or report or anything. Okay, let me show you how end user like uses this SAP menu. Okay, so if you see, this is the hierarchy or the tree. If you see, there is accounting. Okay, and if you click here, we will having different like options: financial accounting, financial supply chain, controlling center, finance. Okay, under financial accounting, if we deep down, there is a general ledger. Okay, if you click here, there is a document entry, document account, master data document. If you see, there is a FP03 display. Okay, which is widely used T code. Okay, to open any of the accounting document. So who actually like check it or created? Mostly end user. Okay, so to create any of the document, the T code is FB01. To change it, we have FB02, and to display it, we are having FB03. And the same logic or the hierarchy is applicable in most of the like transaction. So the transaction which are starting with 01 mostly used to create, and 02 to change, and 03 to display. Okay, so if you click here, this will land you on the screen to check any particular document. Okay, so this is the SAP menu which is used by the mostly end user, also by the consultant to check. Okay, now after that we are having edit. Okay, so actually this edit part mainly depends on the screen. Okay, so for example, if any of the screen is opened up and if you want to modify something, then you can click on this edit. You can like having the different options which can be used to edit that particular screen inputs. Okay, so it varies with the screen. Here if you see execute in new window, so only these options are available. Once you are having different screen, let me show you FPL3N. If you click here, now if you see, the screen is opened up, and if you click on edit, now see, this has been changed. Okay, like select options, delete selection row, delete all selection. If you have given all the entry, if you click here, it will remove, like click. Okay, so let me give this one, let me give this. If you click on delete all selection, if you see, it has been removed. If you come here, delete all selection, delete. Okay, so it varies with the transaction code or the screen. Now coming on the favorite, so mostly this particular icon, okay, is used to make any of the like transaction code uh, to add into your favorite section. Okay, on this screen you can see these are the favorite which have already been added. Okay, so now suppose if you want to add, for example, if you see, this is FB03, so I have already added it. So if you see, we are having add, change, move, delete. Okay, let's me click here and favorite, I want to remove it. It has been removed. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to add. Okay, so to add it, firstly I will have to go to the path. Okay, so I think it will be asking, yeah, it is asking me the path. So let me add FB03 only. So if you see, this is a FB03. I have already clicked on it. Now coming to favorite, if I click on the add, it will be added to my favorite user section. Let me click it. So again, it has come here. Okay, so now I have already here. Let me click on change. So if you see, now the number of things, the long description is there. Now just I want to keep like display document. Okay, so I want just keep this particular description for the T code FP03. I have given it. Now click on continue. If you see, now the display document is visible against the T code FP03. Okay, so this is how this particular favorite is used. Now coming on the extras, so there is nothing of much importance. The technical details and the display documentation. For example, for the particular screen, you can display the documentation, the official documentation produced by the SAP. Okay, so SAP also provides the documentation for the different functionalities, and there will also be the technical details like the tables or the elements. Okay, so different things you will be able to see. The next is system. So there are number of options, but the most important are, okay, so these are the new GUI, close UI. These are like of those three lines options where we were able to open the new GUI session or close it. Now here if you see, the list is most important. Okay, so what happens if you are any particular screen? Okay, let's suppose you have opened the GL line item report. Now you want that line item report uh, to be extracted on the Excel. Okay, so if you come on the system and come on the list, and then from here come on the save. If you are like for example, we don't have this line item report open now, that's why we are unable to see. Otherwise, this list won't be grayed out and it would be active. If you click here, then it will uh, if you click here, then it will open up a new screen and will allow you to save that particular sheet into your desktop. Okay, and apart from this, there is another important option under this own jobs. So what are own jobs? For example, you manually run any job. Okay, so you want to see which job I have executed and what is the status of it. So if you click here on jobs, so if you see, it's showing list does not contain any data. It means I haven't scheduled or run any job. That's why I'm having no data. Otherwise you will be able to see the job name. Okay, job created, what is the status, it is active, it is released, or it is finished, or it is like cancelled or anything. Okay, so this is how we utilize that option. Apart from that, we are having this status, which is the most important one. Okay, I would say, if you see the status, if you click here, so in this you will be able to see the most important data. Okay, so if you see, you are able to see the client which we used while logged in, and user, and the language. Okay, so you would remember once we opened up the SAP logon, we landed up on this screen and we provided these inputs. Okay, so another thing is you are able to see the system timing, what is the system timing, and the other part is transaction code. Okay, so here it is showing this session manager. Okay, so this is the T code for this particular screen, and the another is the program, the screen in the GUI program. Okay, so this particular program is mostly used while you have to do the customization or you have to check the particular program against your T code. Okay, so there's the screen detail, and then we are having the help. So SAP help portal, SAP support portal. Under the help, you will be able to see the different input on the issues by different people, or the SAP official documentations on the problems. Okay, so help, in that way you can utilize. Okay, next comes the second part. Okay, this particular part, so this is known as the standard toolbar. So Under the standard toolbar, the most significant the part is this box. Okay, so what is this box? It is a command box. You call it command box. What you do here, you give the transaction code, like suppose FBL3N. This is the transaction code which actually land you on the like particular screen. Okay, if you enter after giving this, now it opened up GL account line item display. Similarly, if you give the T code FP03, it will land you on the display document initial screen. So this is the most important part of this standard toolbar. Okay, apart from that, you are having the save icon. Let me show you FB50. Okay, so here if you see after giving the details, if you click on this icon save, it will save the document. Okay, now what is the use of this screen? Like this particular icon allow you to go one step back. Okay, let me come back. So it is saying enter validate. So what happens? Uh, in this screen it won't allow you to come back unless for example you give the necessary, okay, or the mandatory inputs. So if you see wherever this icon is visible, it means that this is the mandatory field. So otherwise this icon used to come back by one step. Okay, so in this case, what we do use either this, which is used for exit, or this icon. Okay, sometimes this icon also not work, then we click on the cancel. So mostly these three icons are used like in a similar way. It allows you to come back by one step, and it will allow you to exit that particular screen. And this particular icon allow you to cancel that transaction. Let me use this one. Okay, exit. If you see, it is allowing you to exit the screen, but giving you the warning data will be lost. You want to exit editing. So if you click on yes, you will exit the screen. Okay, let me go to FB03. Okay, to display the accounting document. Okay, so let me click on this cancel icon. If you click here, it is also exiting the screen. Okay, so this is the use of this particular icon. Okay, so this is of like this is regarding the print, not of much usage. And then this is used for to find any of the like data in the report. Okay, if any of the report is opened up, you want to find, just click here. You will be able to see this particular pop-up come up. You can type whatever the desired result you want on, then you can check. Okay, and this particular icon is the find next. Okay, you have to like for example you want to search any text, and there are multiple instances available in that particular screen. So once you click on find and enter, it will land you on the first instance. Okay, now you want to check the other where these are located, you can continue clicking on this find next, then it will give you those results. Okay, and this particular screen to land up on the first page, for example the report is of 40-50 page, you are in somewhere middle, and if you click here it will allow you to go to first page, and it will allow you to go to the previous page, the next page, and the last page. Okay, and this is also a shortcut to create a new session. Okay, as we were having the options in the under the systems or under the icon or the these three dots, if you click here, new session would be opened up. Oh, so this is the new session. Okay, and this is the generate shortcut. Okay, you can also generate the shortcut for particular screen. This help, this customize local. So this is screen you can use to like customize your screen, the color, the theme. For example, if you come to these options, you will be having this font, like you can change the font from here. Okay, so these are the details which you can change, the branding, the color. Okay, green, purple, gold. So the setting mostly it is used to customize your screen. Okay, next comes the application. Okay, application toolbar. So under the application toolbar you are having main screen or the input and the output screen. Okay, and apart from that you are having these icons. Okay, so these icons also changed or varies with the screen. Okay, so this icon is similar to this SAP menu, it will give you, which is already opened, and you are having user menu, we have already seen under the menu user and the SAP menu. And this is also one of the most important icon, okay? SAP Business Workplace, okay? So if you click here, you will be able to see the inbox. Okay, so I have already told you that in SAP there is a functionality that if you want the process where some user like parking any document must be validated by the person who is at the higher level. Okay, so once that person parked the document, it would be visible to the concerned person who will be validating it. And where it will be visible? Under this particular screen only, business workplace of this particular user. If you come on the inbox, you will be able to see these documents. Okay, so these document, the approver or the validator can click and check the inputs and details and then finally approve it. Once that approver approves it, it will be posted into SAP. So this is the functionality of this particular icon. So this is used to add to favorite, which we have already seen under this favorites. And then we are having delete, which we have already seen. You can click here, you can delete, okay, or you can add. And now this is the change favorite. You can also change. So these three icons are of like similar to this favorites only. And this move favorite down and up, okay. And this is the main particular screen, the application screen, okay. So the last one is the status bar. Okay, so under status bar, the important thing is if you are able to see this icon and if you click here, you are able to see the details of system, the system which we are using, the client, the user details who is using the system, the program of the screen, the transaction code, and these are the response time, interpretation time, round trips. Okay, so most important thing are program and the transaction code. Okay, and the client and user also. But in the recent version of SAP, okay, like SAP GUI 2023 and the 2025, this particular status bar has been removed. Okay, you won't be able to see any of this part here. So for that, what we can use, I have already shown you under the system. If you come on the status, you will be able to see the same details. Okay, like the transaction, the program, okay, and the client user and everything, okay, whatever was there in the status bar. So this particular like path you can use to check the status of the program or the screen. Okay, so this was the small navigation part of the SAP. Okay, now I will show you the reference IMG screen. Okay, so I have already told you that how we can like land upon that SAP reference IMG screen. So there are two paths. Okay, the one is here through the SAP menu itself. Okay, so in the SAP menu we will have to go to the tools. Okay, let me click on tools. Under tools you have to click on the customizing. Okay, under customizing you have to click on the IMG. Okay, and under IMG, you are able to see the SPRO execute project. If you click here, it will land you to the customizing screen, SAP reference IMG. Click here. Now you are having this implementation guide path, okay, or the trees. You will be able to do the configuration, which is most widely used by the consultant to make the configuration, okay. So there is another path. Let me come back to that SAP easy access screen. Okay, we have come here. So there is another path. We can directly land on that particular screen of that implementation trees. You can simply give the T code SPRO. So once you give that and click on enter, it will give you the same screen. Okay, so this is how it works. So these are the two paths. So now how this particular screen is used. So if you see, for example, I have to create the company code. Okay, so to create that company code, we are having the path. So let me tell you what is the path. You have to go to the enterprise structure. Now click here. Under that, you are having the definition. Okay, click here. Now under that, you have to click on the financial accounting. Now we are having these options. We have to create the company code. If you see, edit, copy, delete, check company code. Once you click here, have to click edit company code data. If you click here, this screen will open up and you can click on new entries to create new company code. Okay, so these are the details you will have to provide and then save it. It will create the new company code in this system. But okay, apart from that, I have already shown you, for example, it is not allowing you to come out neither this screen nor this. In that case, you will use the cancel. Okay, now you can come back. Okay, so you also, for example, to land on that particular screen, you are having the transaction code OX02. So once you enter it, it will land you to the same screen of the creation of the company code. Enter it. Now see, the same screen is opened up. So there's the way you can like open any particular screen through the path of the transaction code. Okay, but now the question comes into your mind that if we are having the transaction code, the for example the shortcuts, why should we go with that long path? Okay, so mainly I have already shown you that there is a particular reason for that. Okay, so path actually allows you to navigate to particular screen, which is applicable in the like new versions of SAP. In the new version of SAP, this GUI is like getting removed. Okay, if you see the uh, public cloud, okay, of SAP, there you will have to work on the Fiori. Under Fiori, you will be having the like different tiles. Okay, different like option like boxes like general ledger. If you click here, you will have the another tiles, then you will have to click on that tiles. Okay, the consent tile, then it will be opening a new screen. So in different way it is also a path. Okay, and another reason is for all the like screens there won't be a transaction code. So in that case definitely and obviously you will have to go through the path only. Okay, so that is why we use the paths to land up on the desired screen. Okay, and this is also the importance of it. Let me show you some of the important like shortcuts. Okay, so for example, let me open new session. Okay, so this is the session. Okay, and let me open the screen of the accounting document. Okay, now if you see, we have opened like three sessions. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, now what I want to close this particular session. Okay, using the shortcut. So what I can do, I have to come to the command box. I have to give slash and then I have to give the I. If you give the slash and I and enter, it will close this particular session. Okay, let me do it. Enter. If you see, that particular session has been closed and these two sessions are left. Okay, now I want to close. I have to give the T code slash NEX. So this is the shortcut which you can use to close all the active sessions which are there in the like SAP or your system. If you click on enter, now see all the sessions have been closed. Okay, only this the initial screen is available now. So let me again log. Okay, so this is how we are having this transaction code. Okay, now let me tell you about the another shortcut key, FB03. So this is the transaction code, okay, FB03 to open the any accounting document. Now what I want to do, I want to open another screen, okay, and want to close this particular session, okay. I want to open another session and closing it. So what I will do, so the requirement is I want to open the line item screen of the GL, okay. So for that we are having the T code FBL3N as I have already shown you, okay. To open that and to close this, we have to use slash n. So what slash n will do, will slash n will close this screen, okay. And then I will have to give the transaction code, okay. The one which I want to open, FBL3N. Okay, so there's a slash n followed by the transaction code which I want to open. So what it will do, it will open this particular screen while closing this, okay, the existing one. Let me enter. See, this screen is opened up, and if you come here and see the session, only one session is available. It means that particular screen has been closed. Okay. Now what the requirement is, here we are. Okay. Now I want to open the accounting document screen while like keeping this screen open. Okay. So in that case, we will be using the T code slash O. Okay. So what this slash O will do, it will keep the screen open and will also open the desired screen, okay, as per your the input or the T codes. Now let me give slash O FB03. Okay, so if I enter, if you see the accounting document screen is opened up, and if you see the session, we are having two sessions, the original one screen and uh, the desired screen, the new screen I want to open. Okay, so these are the shortcut slash I slash nex slash n slash o. All these sessions like first, second, or many modes which are opened up. So that's all. Thank you. We'll be meeting in the next session.